The Zacks rank, value, momentum, growth, and income all factor into Zacks rank buys.
And we're going to let you know about a couple of new momentum stocks to start off the new year. A couple that have caught the eye of our momentum strategist, Dave Bartosiak here. They seem interesting enough. The first one is a company called MiMedx.
Yeah, MiMedx Group.
I've never heard of that. Is that a relatively new
So then
company?
it's not yours?
No. Right. Not mine personally.
Right, right. Yeah, you know, they do this kind of skin graft technology sort of thing. And it's sort of like the new skin, but this is for surgical applications kind of thing. Okay. And burn victims also, but mostly with the surgical application. This one's good because, you know, it was a pretty high-flying momentum stock there for a while, and we hit a little bit of a fork in the road, so to speak. So it's still a Zacks rank number 2 buy, but recently what's happened is there's been news of some kind of pending investigations from the FDA about their sales practices for you know, one of their offerings. But there's also kind of another company, Organogenesis, who kind of has been accused of pointing the finger at them and kind of spreading rumors about it. So it's getting kind of ugly between, you know, a couple of companies here. But the good news is that headline kind of came out and the stock got crushed when the headline came out. We're talking like 15% in one day.
How long ago?
This was like 3 days ago.
Okay.
So it's kind of a, you know, you got the opportunity now where the stock got beat up because of the announcement of this investigation. But usually when something like this happens, specifically this sort of investigation, on the tail end of it, when, you know, when everything comes out in the wash, it's usually a very small fine, a slap on the wrist kind of thing, and it doesn't really affect profits, certainly not to the tune of 15% like we saw the other day. So I think it's a temporary blip and a great buying opportunity for it now.
3 days ago, this is the 5th of January, so Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So official lawsuits pending in this situation?
Yeah, well, there's a civil suit between two companies, and then you have the FDA just kind of looking at things. So we think that the FDA thing is not going to be a huge deal, and you know, it's not going to affect the bottom line that much.
All right. Then there's another company here that you want to highlight, Ingles Markets. What do they do?
Yeah, they're a supermarket chain in the southeast United States.
Okay.
I was reading a little bit about them. It was a family-owned place, and then the son went away to college, and the family shut down their grocery store. Then he came back from college and decided to reopen it. And with him at the helm, he's turned this into a huge company, obviously publicly traded now, with locations across the southeast. But what caught my eye about this one, if you look at the stock, it just kind of shot up out of the middle, out of nowhere, really, being a $20 stock. And then, you know, if you look at the chart here, kind of out of nowhere, lit a fire underneath it, and now it's trading all the way up at $40. Part of that is because of the earnings estimate revisions that we've seen, going from, you know, $2.20 for this year to $2.50, and then from next year, or $2.20 to $2.45, sorry, and then next year going from $2.50 to $2.70. So pretty good bullish revisions on it, and I think that right now is a decent time to be in this kind of space. We've seen a lot of these supermarket chains get beat up pretty good. And recently, I think we're seeing a little bit of a turnaround. So if you can find one of the higher beta names that's been taking off and ride that wave of momentum, I think you'll be all right.
All right. Do you own either of these two?
Neither.
All right. Check out other stock stories on our website, Zacks.com. You can link to them right off the home page. Meantime, with Dave, I'm Terry Ruffalo.